moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth thinks that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Scooty, it's not alright. Baby, it's not alright.
We're living on a disc, floating through space, with a tiny...
We're not, honestly. Yes, there we go. Lovely, lovely YouTube doing your wonderful thing, as always. Right, so today I am over on Modern Day Debates, debating Dr. Rashivari, I think I probably pronounced that absolutely wrong, debating about the moon landing. You may have seen the debate, MC Toon. He's not smart, don't know how he's called a doctor. And that's going to be fun. I hope you are all enjoying the FTFE show. Like I said, it's a variety show. I could be debating a flat earther, I could be debating a moon landing denier, I could be going over a video, I could have a guest on. I could dance naked for you if YouTube didn't demonetize me. But whatever. And today, the FTFE show is me going over modern day debates and doing a debate on the moon landing. They're just about to go live over there, so let's go and join them. Thank you everybody for being here. I very much appreciate it, as always. Let's get the screen up. Hello. Oh, wait, I should probably unmute you there. Right.
Are you there?
I am here. Hello, hello, hello.
Excellent. All right, I'm just checking the stream, make sure we're up and running, and then we'll start the 10 minutes on the floor for Dr. Rossa, and then it'll be 10 minutes for you, open discussion, up to 50 or more, depending on how you guys have it. And then we'll do our Q&A. Pretty straightforward, usual format. As far as I remember, you guys didn't want any muted rounds or anything, did you?
No, it should be okay.
No, okay. All right. That was somebody else. Sorry about that. All right. I'll just double check the stream. Yeah, she's loading up now. All right. Here we go. Oh, before we go, gotta make sure that I have the right person's face on screen. The Zoom box is moved around, so Travis is on screen. Sorry about that. No one can see you. Don't worry. Got a lot going on your box there, so just hold on there, FTFE.
No, wait.
All right, busy screen you got there. I think we're ready.
Oh wait,
to go.
am I giving you the wrong one? I can change my screen to you. I am sorry. I can just give you that instead.
Yeah. I'm seeing.
Sorry.
Oh, that's much better. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to get it the way you've got it represented.
I apologize.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you so much. All right, we'll get going. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Modern Day Debate. Was the moon landing a fraud? And to get us started out with our discussion, we have Dr. Rossa. So thank you so much, Dr. Rossa, for being here, and the floor is all yours.
Thanks for having me again. I would like to start with the opening, just share one web page with you, if you don't mind.
Yep, ready when you are. Once you get it up, I'll start your timer.
That's what she said.
Okay. All right, you seeing me here?
Yep, we got your screen share there.
All right, I'm just going to read one article here. It's called NASA Rushing Towards China's Moon Rocks. So as you know, Chang'e 5 brought moon rocks back to Earth, and now Chang'e 6 is about to bring moon rocks back to Earth from the far side of the moon. So I want to point out one part of this article here. It says here, just give me a second to find this this one quote here.
Oops.
No worries. We can just put a pin on your
Okay.
time for a second. Oh, you got it? All
No,
right.
it's okay. I found it, yeah. I'm just going to read just one little section. But the U.S. lunar rocks come with a hefty price tag. It represents an olive branch
Excuse me.
extended for an alliance in the end of the 70s. So here, what it's talking about is when the U.S. offered NASA's moon rocks to China, this was an olive branch of peace. So we're attempting to do the same thing today by allowing NASA to buy our moon rocks, you know. So let me just read this last little section. Well, I would argue that China should follow the same logic as the US, which is that sharing such samples could serve the purpose of advancing China's national interest, aerospace, as a comprehensive subject combining the most advanced aspects of modern science and technology, carries not only significant political and military economic value, but also embodies the ambition of the entire human species. The whole world will hold its breath against the winds of the aerospace blow in a different direction. So what they're talking about here is China should follow the example of US and offer our moon rocks to America in a gesture of peace, extending an olive branch of peace. And hopefully in the future, we hope that China and the US can collaborate on many projects, including the International Space Station. So this is what I'm saying now, is that whatever I myself say here today, when I debunk the moon landings, I'm not speaking on behalf of the Chinese government. The Chinese government is not blowing the whistle on NASA. China's government is just looking for peace and friendship, and we'll sell you our moon rocks, and hopefully in the future we can work together on the ISS and maybe joint missions to the moon or Mars or whatever. So that's my main intention here today, is actually to bring about peace between these two countries.
Okay, just to jump in, and I'm so sorry, Rossa. We still got 7 minutes on the clock, so if we could move into the main arguments for why the moon landing is a fraud, just to kind of zero in. I'm sorry to cut in there, but I did stop the timer. So if you want to carry on there, I'll cede you back your time there.
Okay, so in our last debate, you know, I debated with MC Toon, and it was really great, and we all learned a lot. And let me also begin by saying I also owe you an apology, because in our last debate, I presented one piece of faulty evidence. So I'm going to apologize for that. You know, I'm man enough to fess up when I make a mistake. You know, I said that the cloud patterns were different, but then later on I researched it, and the cloud patterns, the time lapse was enough to explain the cloud pattern difference. So the reason that was, I was in a hurry. I was trying to prepare this for Bart Sabrell, but he fortunately didn't use that one. So let me just start off by apologizing for that one faulty thing I presented last time. But now I have to present the final smoking gun. This is the end of the debate here. It's just this one last little piece. So in our last debate, we talked about the shadow lengths. Okay, let me just pull up that image one more time, and just give me a second to pull up the image.
No worries. If you need to screen share again, just let me know. And I'll just remind everybody in the chat, you still got 5 minutes on the floor. So if everybody who's hanging out right now, if you haven't already hit the like button, it'll help boost us up in the algorithm. If you got your image ready there, Dr. Rossa, we'll do your screen share and start your timer back up.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. You can see this?
We sure can.
Oh, look,
All right.
parallel.
So now, this is what I call the dashboard cam. It means that up in the LEM on the dashboard, there was a camera, video camera looking down, filming them. And this can clearly show that the man standing closer to the stage light has a longer shadow than the man standing further away from the stage light. Now, in our last debate, MC Toon tried to say that this is not possible because the man standing closer to the light will have a shorter shadow. And normally he's right. If it is a normal stage light or something like that, the man standing closer to the light will have a shorter shadow. So in order to figure out how they did this, you have to shine the light through a lens. Okay, so you have convex and concave lenses. So if you use a convex lens, the light beams will converge. Okay, so let me just share you my last little share screen.
All right. It'll be ready when you are. There we go.
All right, so this is how I did it. If you just take a magnifying lens, you can see the magnifying lens I'm using here, right? Can you see the magnifying lens?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody?
Yes.
Yep, we can
Okay,
see your
okay.
screen.
So I'm just shining the light through a magnifying lens. And then what that does is it creates the opposite effect. So if you don't have a magnifying lens, then the light beams will be diverging, and that will cause the man closer to the light source to have a shorter shadow. But if you use a magnifying lens and you get diverging light beams, then the man standing closer to the light source will have a longer shadow. So it's the end of the debate now. There's nothing anybody will be able. So what happened was NASA knew they screwed up. So this, what I call the dashboard cam, where they're looking down on the scene, is so obvious. So they only did that on Apollo 11 and Apollo 12. And then they'd realize, okay, this is too obvious. We have to stop it. So 14, 15, 16, 17, there's no dashboard cam, because they realized they screwed up. It's very obvious to tell how they fake this. They use a magnifying lens to cause the diverging. Now, why did they do that? Because if they would have just used a normal spotlight, then the man standing closer to the spotlight would have a shorter shadow. And that would be way too obvious. Anybody would know that was a hoax. They couldn't fake the sun being millions of miles away, so they just used a giant magnifying lens to cause the diverging light sources, and that would confuse the people and not realize so easily that this is a hoax.
Is he serious?
So that's the end of the debate, right? There's nothing anybody will be able to. I've just proven 100% scientifically that they fake this thing.
All right. Just seems like that's the wrap up there. So we'll end the screen share. Thank you so much, Rossa. If you see somebody else on your screen right now during those screen shares in between, don't mind. Travis, he is just hanging out here doing a little bit of shadowing for the moderating and is looking to help out modern day debates. So thank you, Travis, for being here as well. And thank you, Rossa, for your introductory statement. So I will remind everybody, Modern Day Debate, we are a neutral platform hosting debates on science, politics, religion. We do hope you feel welcome here. I do want to also let you know, right quick, if you are listening on podcast, you're not going to get to hear or ask these questions in the live format. Make sure you're subscribed to the Modern Day Debate YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on these live, and you can, once again, engage with these speakers in the live format. So, FTFE, the floor is all yours. You have up to 10 minutes.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Modern Day Debates, for having me on. Always a pleasure to be here, and thank you to Doctor for agreeing to debate me on the moon landing. If you guys haven't seen me before, a little bit about me quickly. My name is Craig. I run the YouTube channel FTFE, where I debunk nonsense conspiracies like flat Earth, moon landing, vaccine denial, the kind of stupidity that is posted on Facebook and stuff these days. I give it a good thumping over there, debate flat earthers, and produce good videos. So I've got a educational background in both physics and nuclear engineering, holding 2 bachelor's degrees. I was a nuclear engineer on board military submarines and an electrical and mechanical engineer on board surface ships. I was a project developer for a wind farm company, so I'm very well versed in technological abilities of the world that we have around us and the things that we can create. So I think I'm perfect to have this debate. I was a little bit disappointed with the presentation that the doctor gave, considering there was practically nothing that actually tried to debunk the moon landing. So I'm just going to spend my time here quickly, well, not quickly, I'll spend as much of it I can going over everything that I think shows that the moon landing couldn't have been fake. So if you don't need to, if you just make me full screen, I can share through my camera if that's all right.
That's fine by me.
Yep, wrong one. I'll get that up, and then I will.
Another screen here so that everybody can see you up close and personal.
Right. So let me get the correct Google Chrome. Here we go. Right. And then, okay. So. So I'm going to provide a robust defense grounded in technological capabilities of the time, third-party verification, and definitive empirical evidence. First, I want to talk about the technology available in the 60s. It was basic technology, but it was good technology that did the thing that we needed it to do. The Apollo program, spearheaded by NASA, was a monumental effort that combined the expertise of thousands of engineers, scientists, astronauts. The cornerstone of the program was, of course, the Saturn V rocket, developed under the leadership of Wernher von Braun. The Saturn V remained, until 2009, the most powerful rocket ever built, generating 7.5 million pounds of thrust to escape Earth's gravitational pull. The Saturn V was a 3-stage rocket, with each stage designed for a specific phase of the mission. The first stage provided the initial thrust to lift the rocket off of the ground. And going through the lower atmosphere. The second stage took over to push the spacecraft further into space, and the third stage provided the final boost to send the Apollo spacecraft on its trajectory to the moon. The command module, where the astronauts lived and worked during their journey, was practically at the time a marvel of engineering. It was equipped with a state-of-the-art, at the time, navigation and life support system. The CM had an onboard computer, the Apollo guidance computer. This is from a David A. Mindel from the MIT Press, Cambridge, Massachusetts, where he goes over a large amount of technical details about the moon landing. The Apollo guidance computer, which is obviously primitive by today's standards, was revolutionary at the time and could perform 85,000 instructions per second, enabling precise navigation and control of the spacecraft. Attached to the command module was, of course, the lunar module, designed specifically for landing on and taking off from the moon's surface. The command module consisted of 2 stages, the descent stage, which housed the landing gear, fuel, and engines for the descent, and the ascent stage, which contained the crew, cabin, and engines for the return to lunar orbit. The lunar module's design was unique and optimized for the moon's low gravity and lack of atmosphere, which obviously posed challenges for landing and taking off. One of the main things I want to talk about was third-party verification, right? This is crucial to the argument. It wasn't just NASA that watched it happen. It was the Russians. It was the Chinese. It was every Billy Bob Joe that had a ham radio that could use it properly. They tracked the signals coming from the things that went to the moon. And here I am showing an article that is a conversation with Sergei Khrushchev, I probably pronounced that completely wrong, son of former Premier Nikita, I'm not going to try and pronounce their names, but basically he was heavily involved in the Russian space program. And in this article, which I can provide the link to, he gives detailed explanations of the time of the moon landing and how the Russians paid extremely close attention to it. It wasn't just broadcast in America, it was broadcast on Russian TVs, it was tracked by the Russians, they verified it, and they were in the middle of a Cold War. They were not friendly. If it was faked and Russia had any indication of it being faked, they would have told people. So that's the main thing of my argument is the third party verification. Again, it's not just government agencies. Everyone with a ham radio tracked the signals coming from the things going to the moon and on the moon. So historical documentation and broadcasting equipment further substantiate the moon landing. The live television broadcast, of course, was made possible by the slow scan television system, which transmitted the video signal from the lunar module to Earth. This system was specifically designed for the unique conditions on the moon where traditional broadcasting methods would have failed. The fact this footage was received and broadcast globally with no discrepancies or interruptions underscores the reliability of the technology and authenticity of the event as it was seen by so many eyes. I know everyone just dismisses that, it was on TV, but that wasn't just an easy thing to happen back then. Also we got empirical evidence of the moon landings. Like this is the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter page that I'm showing, which you can actually have a look at, and it shows all the scans, the high resolution images that is done of the moon. Using this, you can actually use it to look at the landing sites of the moon landings and see that they happened and the things that were left there. It's been capturing high resolution images of the Apollo landing sites, and these images show lunar modules, rover tracks, even the American flags planted by astronauts. Additionally, the retro reflectors that were placed there on the lunar surface, they're still used today for laser ranging experiments. They provide precise measurements of the distance between Earth and Moon, and they could have only been put there and placed there by human hands. Of course, in addition to all the empirical evidence, modern technology has allowed for even more thorough verification. NVIDIA, a graphics card manufacturer, used their extremely impressive ray tracing technology to recreate lots of images of the moon landing, confirming that the light paths are what they say they are. This is an excellent article. I can obviously provide the details for it here if anyone wants to look over it. I've only got 10 minutes, so I just have to get through all this. But the fact that they can use ray tracing, which is a simulation of how light works in real life, to recreate the moon landing with data of the moon surface is empirical evidence that the photos that we see are actually correct. Obviously, it is important to recognize the testimonies of all the astronauts themselves. The 12 men who walked on the moon have shared their experiences through countless interviews, books, and public appearances. Their consistent and detailed accounts of the missions, combined with the exhaustive documentation and thousands of photographs taken during the mission, from a compelling narrative that cannot be easily dismissed. Okay? It's simple. The moon landing is something that is documented so extensively by so many people. There's so many backups of the evidence that
2 minutes.
Okay, excellent. That to place your entire argument on, this picture looks a little bit dodgy to me, is frankly ludicrous. And I'm briefly, I don't even need 2 minutes. Doctor, that picture that you showed, I don't know if you noticed, but it was clearly on a hill. And the shorter shadow was kind of going down the hill a bit. No, that wasn't a smoking gun. That was you not understanding the fact that the lunar surface is not flat. It is bumpy. It has hills. And unless you can provide absolute 100% evidence that that bit of land they were standing on was completely flat, you do not have a case. That is the fact that is the only evidence you brought to this debate is frankly embarrassing and confusing, considering you have a doctor in front of your name. And that is all my time. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, FTFE, for your opening statement. We are going to move into an open discussion, everybody. So stay tuned. We will move into our super chats before the end. So if you have questions, get them in now, and they'll be asked nice and early. So usually the way we like to do this is we'll hand it over to the other side to respond to some of what you just heard, and then FTFE, feel free to jump in when you feel like it. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. Hit the like, and the floor is all yours, Dr. Rossa.
Thank you. So first, I just wanted to correct him on one thing he said, is that he mentioned that the Chinese had the ability to track what NASA was doing back then, and they did not. Back in the 1960s, the Chinese space program was so infantile that we had no idea what was going on. So I just wanted to correct him on that one point.
Okay, well, I can provide you with documentation. With all due respect, I can provide you with documentation of the tracking from China. So, yeah, their space program was very limited, but they certainly had radios that they could operate and point at the signal coming from the moon. There is extensive documentation from the Chinese government monitoring the moon landings. So to say that they didn't have the ability to do it is frankly a lie. And I'd appreciate you not having the pedanticness about you to say that you are educating and correcting me when everything you have said so far has been incorrect. Thank you.
Okay, so then my second question for you is, what do you mean by tracking? Do you mean just tapping into communications, or actually using this Doppler radar to actually track and triangulate? There's different ways to track, but
I don't know why you would need me to explain such a simple concept about how you track where signals are coming from. Yes, you would use triangulation. Yes, you would use the return time of a radio signal going to a specific point. There's many ways of tracking a position in a three-dimensional coordinate system. Your question is completely irrelevant to all of the points that I've raised. Your misunderstanding and not knowing what the word tracking means does not change the fact that there is countless third-party verification and tracking data of the position of the moon landing. So, could we please move the conversation to actual evidence rather than just, looking at words like tracking? Because frankly, you didn't present any evidence that the moon landing was a hoax, and that's what the debate is about. So do you have any evidence that the moon landing was a hoax?
I just was curious about, you said you have evidence that that China was tracking.
Yes.
So that when you say tracking here, does that mean they had a Doppler radar? Were they using triangulation? Or
they had radars. They had radars. They had radios. They had things that could point signals at other things and get the signal back. Again, this is a pointless, complete non sequitur to the actual discussion we are having, which is about evidence of the moon landing being hoax. And I will reiterate again that you presented zero evidence that the moon landing was a hoax. The picture that you gave is on a hill. Done. Over. You did not give any evidence that the moon landing is a hoax, which I find entirely disappointing. So, I spent practically my whole time giving a detailed list and explanation of evidence that the moon landing was not a hoax. So I have met my burden. At this point, the burden is entirely on you. Please present me with evidence that the moon landing is a hoax that we can discuss. I don't want to go around in circles about what words means. I want to discuss the evidence.
Okay. I'm just replying to some of the things you said. So my second thing is, hopefully I can share this one picture.
Sure thing. Just give me 1 second, and your screen share is up.
All right. So this is the frequencies which were assigned to the Apollo missions, and as you can see, there's 6 of them, and 2 of them I drew a yellow arrow next to. So the ones which don't have a yellow arrow, you can see there's 2 sets of frequencies there. One is called the uplink and one is called the downlink. So that means that these were encrypted secret frequencies. You wouldn't be able to tap into that.
Sorry, I have to stop you there. That is a baseless claim that because there is an uplink and a downlink, it is a secret encrypted signal. That's how it works. Right now, I am talking to you from a satellite, which has an uplink and a downlink. I can assure you, it is not some secret encrypted technology. That is a completely baseless claim. No. I don't want it could be, right? I don't want your personal opinions. I want evidence that the moon landing is fake. That is a completely nonsense claim. Oh, it's secret because it's got an uplink and a downlink. No. Let's stick to... Right, sorry, no. I'm dismissing this. Let's move away from this because it means nothing. Please give me empirical evidence of the moon landing being a hoax.
So basically, to summarize this, is that you have the yellow arrows, the two non-encrypted frequencies. One was the command module, and one was the SIVB.
Do you have any evidence they were encrypted?
SIVB, the third stage, was an unmanned craft which they could send around the moon. And so if somebody was tapping into the communications coming from the SIVB, they wouldn't know whether it was a manned craft going around the moon or not, or whether it was an unmanned craft.
Well, the signal return times disagree with you because your claim would mean that the signal would have to go from Earth to the command module around the moon, back to Earth, back to the command module, back to Earth, which doesn't happen. The time signals debunk that completely. Also, you claim that these signals were encrypted. There is no evidence that those signals were encrypted. That is just something that you have just said. It's not some kind of secret NASA technology. That didn't exist. It wasn't a thing. In fact, encryption of that kind barely existed at all in the 1960s. Again, Doctor, with all due respect, what you're doing here is going, well, if this, possibly this, well, I think this. No, I don't want to talk about your opinions. I want you to present me with hard empirical facts that the moon landing is a hoax. I prepared for this debate, and frankly, I feel insulted. I spent the majority of the past 2 days researching your points on the moon landing, and I feel slightly insulted that you have come to this debate so thoroughly unprepared with any evidence.
Well, I have other evidences, if you want.
Please present it then, because so far you have failed entirely to do anything that would cast any doubt on the moon landing being a hoax.
All right, let's move into some new territory there. If you've got another screen share or a different avenue you want to explore, now would be a good time, I think, to shift gears.
Okay, no problem. So just to get your opinion on this.
Oh, so we're just still working on opinions. That's okay, right? Okay, that's fine. If you want to have a conversation about opinions, we can have a conversation about opinions. But what I want is hard empirical facts. Let's just focus on that, shall we?
Okay. So this is the Chinese Mars lander, and as you can see, there's a huge blast crater.
With all due respect, why are we talking about Mars? The conversation is about the moon. The conditions on Mars and the moon are completely different. The land conditions are completely different. Mars doesn't have regolith the same way that the moon does. So to compare a Chinese lander on the Mars to anything on the moon is a completely ridiculous thing. Please, and I'm going to ask you this politely, stick to the evidence of the moon landing being a hoax and not other things.
Okay. So this is NASA Mars landers also leaving things. So
again, with all due respect, can we not talk about Mars? The conversation that we are having is about the moon landing. I don't want to talk about Mars. If you want to have a debate about landings on Mars, we can arrange that. But with all due respect, Doctor, this conversation is about the moon landing. So please pay attention and stay on topic. Thank you.
All right. So a craft landing on Mars is nothing like a craft landing on the moon.
No, not at all. The moon has way less gravity, has an entirely different surface conditions. Mars has much more of an atmosphere, although very little compared to Earth than the moon. And the moon is still within a lot of the magnetic protection that the Earth provides, whereas Mars's magnetic protection is practically zero. So no, you cannot compare the landings on Mars to the landings on the moon. That is like comparing apples to ramen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thanks for your opinion on that.
No, it's not an opinion, that is a fact. Again, I don't deal in opinions, I deal in facts. And frankly, Doctor, so far, you have brought none.
All right. So let me see if I've got a few more points here, because I'm just having fun, just bringing up...
Well, you're having fun embarrassing yourself live in front of the 600 people on my channel and however many people are watching them. Why would that be fun for you? You realize the internet is forever, don't you?
All right, without getting too into the meta discussion there, let's continue to move through the examples. And like I said, if there's any avenue you'd like to go down as well, FTFE, any evidence you'd like to put up,
Well,
and ask
I presented
Dr. Rossa directly.
Yeah,
you
I presented
feel free
all
to.
of my evidence in my opening statement. If Dr. Rossa would like to try and debunk any of the things that I specifically brought up, I would gladly talk about those with him. However, Dr. Rossa doesn't seem to have a grasp on this actual topic, which is confusing to me because this seems to be the main thing he talks about. Yet he doesn't seem to actually understand the topic that we are discussing. So, you had said, Doctor, that you've got more points. More is a strange thing because you haven't brought any up yet. So could you please present your first bit of evidence that the moon landing was a hoax? And then after that, you could maybe try and debunk some of the points that I brought up that show that it was real.
All right, let me just do one last little so-called piece of evidence. This is the... Can you see this, guys?
Yes, we can see that picture of the moon landing. That's a nice debunk of yourself. Good job.
Right. So this is the Surveyor 3 craft.
Yeah.
As it scooped the moon rocks, the moon used its little scooper arm. And it's made 4 scoops here.
Yeah.
But then on Apollo 12, they landed it, and the scoop marks are quite different from the actual scoop marks taken by the actual Surveyor 3.
Sorry, what? The scoop marks are different. Right. Are you 100% sure that the conditions of both of those surfaces is 100% identical?
Yeah, one is the Surveyor 3 taken by itself. The other is Surveyor 3 taken by Apollo 12. It's the same
well, to be honest, they
Surveyor
don't really
3
look
craft,
different to me. They just look like they're taken from different angles. The scoops look different. What? Honestly, again, Doctor, I feel insulted that you have not come prepared to this debate. This is not any kind of evidence. This is looking at a picture of some shadows which do not back up your claim. Let me ask a simple question for you, Doctor. What is your specialty in analysing photographs? Do you have any actual qualifications specifically relating to optics and forensic analysis of photographs? Myself, I'm a visual effects artist, so I absolutely do. What are your qualifications that would allow you to assess that picture and say that it's fake?
Well, the thing is this. I am just having fun by presenting...
I would appreciate if you answered my question rather than going on a tangent. I just asked you a very specific question, and I'll just ask it again in case you didn't hear me because you seemed to ramble about something else. The question was, Doctor, what are your specific qualifications that would allow you the ability to forensically analyse these photographs and claim that they are fake? Could you please focus and answer that specific question without going on any kind of tangent? Thank you.
So I am a whistleblower. It means I have access to inside information that they did fake this thing. And eventually you're going to learn about that yourself.
Sorry, with all due respect, you avoided my question. My question, and I'll ask it once more, and see if you can focus on the words that I'm saying and try and respond to the question instead of saying something else.
You can just skip.
What qualifications do you have specifically that allow you to forensically analyze photographs and claim that they are fake? I don't care about inside information or whatever you've got. What are your qualifications that afford you the ability to look at something and say, oh, well, that is fake? Again, for me, I am a VFX artist. I know what is fake because I create it. So what are your qualifications that allow you to do this?
I'm sorry to jump in here. So, we do have to give him a chance to respond to some of these things. And even if you don't like it, like I said...
I'd love him. I agree. I'd love him to respond, but he doesn't seem to be actually responding to my questions. He seems to be responding to questions that I'm not asking him, which, again, is very insulting when you're in a debate with somebody. When you're in a debate, you respond to the things they say. You don't wait for your turn to talk and then just say something else. So, Doctor, what are your qualifications that allow you to forensically analyze the photograph and claim that it is fake?
Okay, so I'm gonna give him 1 minute. Like I said, whether we like it or not, just give him 1 minute and then feel free to respond. I'll let you know. So go ahead, Rossa.
Like I said, I know as a fact this thing was fake. Now, presenting evidence of a thing is just a fun pastime thing. So I don't have specific qualifications. This is just a pastime thing for me. Frankly, I don't care whether you believe it was fake or not. I know for a fact it was fake, and I'm just having fun presenting you with things that might make you think a little bit deeper about it.
So with all due respect, Doctor, I have thought very deeply about it. I am a man of science. I have studied this extensively, clearly more than you ever have. You don't have a grasp on this topic, which is very confusing to me. To say that I know for a fact it's fake is, in fact, you know what, I'm going to call that a lie. Because if you knew for a fact it was fake, you would have evidence to back that claim up. You would actually have things that show that it is fake. For you to say, I know it's fake, is a pure cop-out. I know it was real because I have actually looked into the topic. You have never looked into the topic. You are a crazy conspiracy theorist making a bunch of nonsense up, right? Can you please just focus on the debate and give me evidence that the moon landing was fake, or just go away and admit that you don't want to debate? What is the point of coming to a debate if you are not intending to debate and you just want to give me your opinion? Don't want your opinion. Want to debate. Give me your evidence.
Okay, would you like me to present another little piece of evidence here?
I'd like you to present your first piece of evidence, yes.
It might be better.
And I would just like again to point out that he avoided my question. He did not answer the question. He didn't tell me what is how he has the ability to do this. He rambled about something else instead, which is fine. I just want everybody on both channels that are watching to see that the doctor did that. And now, Doctor, the floor is yours. Please present your first piece of evidence that the moon landing was a hoax. We await with breath. On you go.
Thank you.
All right. We'll get that screen
just,
share up, and it's been a fiery one. This is fun. Definitely, if you're having fun in the live chat, hit the like button, no matter where you're watching this on the old internets there. Oh, that's showing my age. Okay, so yeah, let's see what you got there. I'm going to put up the screen share. You're ready to go.
Oh,
Why? Do we really need to listen to that?
Yeah, I'm turning it. Sorry.
Dude, I had to play that tune over and over and over when I went to my Young Musicians weekend at Horsell Manor. Please, I can't. There's a mute button right there. Just press the mute button. Seriously.
That's my university bell. Okay, anyway, are you watching the Soyuz craft?
Yeah, cool. The thing that went to the moon.
No, this is the Soyuz.
Oh, right, the thing that goes to the ISS.
Docking. Yeah. So
okay, Doctor, let me just quickly, is there going to be evidence about the moon landing here, or are you talking about the ISS?
We're talking about the hypergolic fuel used on the Soyuz crafts is the same hypergolic
Did the Soyuz craft go to the moon, yes or no?
The same fuel.
No. Did the Soyuz craft go to the moon, yes or no?
No, of course not.
Well, then I don't care about the Soyuz craft. Let's focus on the moon landing, please. What do you? I mean, I don't want to be insulting, but is there some kind of thing that you have that doesn't allow you to focus? Because everything you brought up so far doesn't have anything to do with the moon landing. This is about the ISS. The Soyuz didn't exist when the moon landings happened. Let's not talk about the Soyuz. Let's talk about the moon landing, please. Again, you are frankly insulting me. This is ridiculous. Okay. Why would you come to a debate with no evidence about the topic?
We can address, like I say, what you're feeling here, but we got to let him have a chance to present his case here, and then give him some time. Sometimes arguments take a little time to get to the point. So we'll give you a chance here to speak here. Sorry about that.
It's very simple. All I'm saying is that if you can see the hypergolic fuel being expelled from the thrusters on the Soyuz missions, you should also be able to see it on the Apollo missions.
Why?
That's my point.
Why?
Because it's the same fuel, same angle of the sunlight, same camera.
Why? No, okay, right. So, simply, the Soyuz requires a lot more thrust than the Apollo RCS thrusters. A lot more. So it's putting out more. Right. So you're going to see it. Also, the fuel made by the US versus the fuel made by the Russians is not the same. 50 years difference in development of the fuel. You are again comparing apples this time to an amoeba. They are not the same thing. It's not the same fuel. It's made by different countries 5 decades apart. They are not the same craft. They are not using the same amount of power. Again, you are presenting evidence for something that isn't the topic that we are talking about. Please stick to the moon landing.
All right. So I'm pretty much done presenting evidence. I just want to.
We
talk
didn't
about
present
some
any
of the
evidence.
points you
Wait,
said.
hold on. What do you mean you're done presenting evidence? You didn't present any.
The first piece I already presented solved.
Well, yeah, but I
the
debunked
riddle
that.
or
It's on a
something.
hill. So, dude, are you telling me that you came to a debate about the moon landing with a picture of a dude on a hill? Is that it? Like, right, okay, this
you
isn't
came
just
here
me.
telling
This
me it's a
isn't
dude
just
on a
me
hill.
that this is insulting for. This, frankly, is insulting to the hosts of this channel. You are right now insulting James, and you are insulting Ryan, and you are insulting Travis. They have taken the time to host this debate between you and I, assuming that both would come with a position to argue. You have not done the preparation required for your part of this debate. Could you please explain to us why that is?
Well, first of all, it's not a hill. The astronauts are.
It is a hill.
too
It's
close
definitely a hill. You can
together
see it's a hill.
To be a hill to explain that.
Right? Do you have
Definitely
evidence?
a light being
All right,
shined through a lens.
let's give him a chance. If you
Sorry,
want to bring
sorry,
it
yeah.
up, if you want to bring
Yeah.
up the screen share, because sometimes that seems to
Yeah,
seems to
and,
progress things a little bit better.
Absolutely. Along with that picture, I would like you to bring up the analysis of that ground that shows that it's completely flat. Otherwise, it's just a thing that you are saying. And things that you are saying are not evidence against something else.
Okay, so you can see this, right?
Yeah, oh, look at that hill he's on. You can clearly see it's on a hill because one part of it looks a lot darker than the other. Just right. I'll just stop you straight away.
Okay.
If you look at the guy near the flag and look to the left of him, you can see that he is on a ridge that slopes down. It's simple. This. Oh, do you honestly think that NASA would just like make a mistake like this and just put it out? So, the hubris to think that you are smart enough to catch out some people that have spent billions of dollars trying to hoax something is ridiculous. When this is evidence that you come from, the dude's on a hill. You can see it. Look at the contours of the floor. Look at the colors of the floor. Look at the way it's laid out. Look at the way the light is landing on the two sections there. He is clearly on the ridge of a hill.
Or he's clearly standing under a spotlight.
Again, that is a lovely claim with zero evidence
Yeah.
behind it.
So
Claims
we both
are not
have
evidence.
two claims.
No,
We both have two
mine's not a
claims.
claim. The Earth's surface, the moon's surface is not flat. Tell you what, that's not a claim. That is a 100% fact. Your assumption here is that the light would make the shadows do these things. That is only true if that floor is one,
Is-
perfectly flat, and two, they are shining a light through a lens for some reason. These are just things that you are saying with no backing behind them.
All right,
You
We
are
gotta
the
give
worst
Rossa
moon
at
landing
least a
debunker
minute
I've
here
ever
to,
heard, and I debated neat pride.
Okay, so
All
a
right,
minute
so
on the
I
floor
just-
for you, Rossa.
Yeah, I'm just saying that there's two ways that this could be explained. One, that they're on a hill, and that's what causing the light in that corner to be
There we go.
brighter. Or the second way to explain this is that there is a spotlight shining down on that corner. So we're both
Through a
using
lens that's magnified
claims
for
here.
some reason.
So you have 40 seconds there, Rossa.
No, it's, I'm just going to say, no, actually, it's nothing more. It's, you can take his word for it, or you can take my word for it. That's it.
Right, so let's just use Hitchens' razor here for a sec. The least assumptions. You have to have so many assumptions for yours to be true. The Earth's surface the moon's surface has to be perfectly flat. There has to be a spotlight there. There has to be a spotlight shining through a magnified lens. All of these things have to be true for your position to be the correct one here. The only assumption that I have to make for mine is that the moon is lumpy in space orbit in the sun. The Earth, which orbits the sun. That's it. So if we look at how logic works, you're so wrong with everything. You have brought no evidence. You brought a picture which you just admitted in front of everyone watching that my explanation of it could be right. So you didn't bring any evidence of the moon landing being a hoax. You brought your opinions and misunderstanding of how light works on bumpy surfaces. Again, everybody here should be insulted by you. Me, the host of this channel, the audiences watching on both these channels, they should all be incredibly upset that they have wasted their time because you were too lazy to prepare for a debate.
All right. Just as a courtesy, we'll just try to avoid the meta discussion, trying to go forward. If you want to...
I get it, Ryan. I understand that he just didn't bring anything.
If you want to come with some evidence for your side there, fight the flat earth, and then Rossa, if you wanted to respond, it's up to you guys how we want to progress.
Right. I presented all of my evidence, in my opening statement, and the only thing he said was that they didn't have the ability to track, which was wrong. He didn't offer any rebuttal to any of the things that I've said. Right. Let's focus on one specific evidence, which is actually one of my favorites. Right. I'll just quickly screen share if that's okay.
Yeah, no problem. We're ready when you are, and just remind our live chat that we will move into Q&A eventually. So if you have questions for either of our speakers tonight, let us know by putting it in a super chat there, and they'll be read out loud live on air and answered live on air. So
do you see what I'm sharing right now? Right. Okay. Let me just get up for my guys so they can see it here. Right. So this is one of my favorite bits of evidence because it's based in reality, right? We have spent years scanning the surface of the moon. We know every nook and cranny, every bump, every crater, every, big ass rock that is making things happen. We also have spent centuries studying how light works. And due to the advent of modern technology, we have amazing graphics cards, specifically in the 40 series by NVIDIA, that allow us to trace the path of light. And not just one ray at a time, billions of rays of path of light at the same time. So NVIDIA took all this data that we have of the moon. Are you really going to play music whilst I'm giving...
I think it's something going on at the school. I think it's going on at his location. Just carry on there.
No, he played his video. He played his video that he played over me talking because he's rude.
Oh. I think he might have been queuing it up, but yeah, let's. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. Let's carry on FTFE.
Okay.
If you.
So they used all the data that we have, the surface of the moon, and the way that we know that light works, and the technology they developed to trace rays of light, and they recreated so many of the photos that were taken on the moon, right? And every single one of them worked perfectly. Every single photo, including reflections in helmets, that show that there's no lights there. There's nothing. This is, you've got both positions. There's no stage light. There's just the sun. They modeled so many of the pictures using real world physics to show that they were taken on the moon. And not one of them showed any inconsistencies, like there could possibly be a problem, any of the kind that you are suggesting. So either you have more knowledge of the tracing of path of light and the details of the surface of the moon than all of these people, or you have nothing. It's as simple as that. You can look at the thousands and thousands of things they've done to verify the pictures that were taken on the moon. And not only that, but if you look at the things that were taken on the moon, you can put together the panoramas where they did 360 degree looking around them. In fact, there's videos of the panning 360 degrees, and not once is there ever any studio lights to be seen. Again, I'm sorry that it has to be about the meta discussion, but I am the only one that brought any evidence to this. Frankly, the meta discussion is all that's left because he brought nothing to the discussion.
Okay, I think he's handing the ball there. If you want to respond directly to, without engaging, like I said, with the meta, if you can respond directly to the evidence that FTFE has presented for his side, there, the floor is yours, Dr. Rossa.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. Again, it's my school bell. It's not me playing music. Regarding the assumptions, so I am making the assumption that they're shining a light through a lens, and then he's making the assumption that it's a flat hill. but he's on a hill. But it's more than that. He's also making the assumption that the astronauts are able to stand there in the deadly cosmic rays and not be affected.
What deadly cosmic rays? There's no deadly cosmic rays on the surface of the moon that is going to affect them standing there for a few hours. They would have to be in that environment for days and weeks and months for there to be any kind of effect. They're not in like the really harsh parts of the Van Allen radiation belts. There's no deadly cosmic radiation that's going to rip their suit off. They're not standing at the temporal bloody loom at the end of Loki. They're on the moon, which again, quite a lot of the moon is protected by the Earth's magnetic field, not as strong as obviously we have here. But that claim was completely baseless, with nothing behind it. And I noticed that instead of responding to the thing that I just spent a few minutes talking about, you talked about something that we discussed earlier. So how about the things that I've just said about the NVIDIA ray tracing? Focus on that.
Yeah, you're using
Jesus
CGI
Christ.
to prove the Apollo missions were real? Aha. Okay.
Yes.
So
yes,
let
we
me-
are.
let-
Do you not? We
so
are.
let
Right.
me-
Respond to it. Don't change the subject. Respond to it, please.
CGI made by biased people. Can I add in there?
Any evidence of that claim? That they're biased people?
Yeah. So,
Do
so
you
coming
have
back to
evidence?
your
Sorry,
claim about
before
no
any
radiation on the
evidence.
moon.
Wait. No.
ridiculous.
No. Stick with the NVIDIA thing, right? It's not just
NVIDIA's
CGI.
done.
It's not just CGI. It is ray tracing, which accurately traces the path of light as light travels in reality. They mixed that with the accurate data mapping the surface of the moon and recreated the photos using that technology. And they were one-to-one. Don't just dismiss it. Focus on that and respond without just going, oh, it's CGI. Doesn't matter if it's CGI. It's CGI based on reality, showing that it works.
Okay.
It's a simulation. So respond.
We're
Don't
gonna
just
give them
fucking
a
dismiss
minute
it.
to respond.
Honestly, you're really fucking annoying me at this point. Focus.
Okay, my response to the NVIDIA. Isn't that company which uses the Freemason eye triangle?
No, for
as
fuck's
their
no.
logo?
No. I don't care what logo they have. Focus on the evidence.
Okay, I'm done. That's it, my reply.
No, sorry. No. That's not a reply to the evidence I just gave. Oh, they've got something to do with Freemasons. You know what? My barber is a Freemason. They don't do anything, right? Actually, have some intellectual honesty and respond to the point that I have just brought up. I think that you are lying.
As I said
No,
earlier,
you know what?
I don't
You
want
know
to put you
what?
on mute, but whether
I'm
we like
sorry.
it or not, we got to give him a minute to get his thoughts out. If
He's
He's
just lying about being a doctor. I'm sorry, but he's lying.
I'm ready for Q&A. I have to kind of.
Oh, so you're not going to respond to my question? You're not going. Right? I was asked by the moderator to bring up some evidence for us to discuss. I brought it up, and you went, "Oh, they're run by Freemasons." No, that is insulting to everybody here. Please respond to the points that I brought up about how it is based on accurate data from the moon and real world physics on how light works. And they recreated the photos, not by taking the photo and just putting it in it. They used the physics and the data that they have to physically simulate the conditions on the moon and trace the path of light. And it matched. Focus on answering that instead of running away from the question.
we'll either do 1 minute on the floor or it's up to Dr. Ross, so we can go into Q&A. We always do that at speaker's discretion if they want to. So it's up to you. You can have a minute or we can move to Q&A.
I just want to say it's better for me to avoid the subject of Freemasonry because I have a friend who was abducted when
Oh
he
my
was a
God,
child.
are you going to allow this?
That's all I have to say.
Instead of answering my question,
Totally relevant.
instead of answering my question, he keeps going on about Freemasonry. Seriously, as the moderator, are you not insulted by this? You should be. You should be banning him from this channel because right now he is making a mockery of the platform that you have given him.
Okay,
You-
okay.
it's
I
not
understand
good.
how you feel about the discussion that you're having tonight, and I'm sure you'll have a lot more to say when I give you your 1 minute closer. So, what we will do is we'll move into the Q&A. So, thank you everybody who is here, who has already hit the like button. We do appreciate everybody who's coming out to Modern Day Debate to watch the show tonight. It's been pretty spicy. So, let's go into the Q&A. LJ asks, why space travel getting delayed 4 decades now? So we'll give that one
Why
to you,
space-
FTFE.
I don't know what he means by why space travel getting delayed for decades for now. If he's asking the question why we didn't go back to the moon for a long time, simple. Politics and money. They done it. They beaten the Russians to the moon. They didn't need to spend all that money to do it again. There was no reason to go back to the moon, so they spent a bunch of time studying the effects of space travel on the body and other things in low Earth orbit with things like the ISS. Space travel getting delayed, things like, you know, NASA's projects being pushed back and stuff. That's just bad planning on people that run businesses.
All right. Did you have any response there, Dr. Rossa? And then you get the closing word, FTFE.
No.
Of course not. He
We'll
doesn't
move
know
on
the
to
topic.
the next super chat then. And thank you, LJ, for your super chat and everybody else who has already put one in. And once again, I don't think I did do it formally. I always do at the end of the open discussion. A big thank you to FTFE and Rossa for coming out to Modern Day Debate to have our discussion tonight. LJ says, how do you personally know if anybody's ever landed? It's also for you, FTFE.
The continuous personal testimonies of the people that landed on the moon. The retroreflectors are one of my favorites. The way they are, they could only have been placed there by human hands. You know, to just go, well, how do you know personally? Well, I didn't go to the moon. I'm not an astronaut. But all of the verification that I talked about in this debate answers that question for you.
Okay, any response there, Rossa?
I disagree with him that the retroreflectors had to have been placed there by human hands. They could have very easily been placed down by unmanned crafts.
Prove it. You make claims and nothing else. You know what? Just stop debating. You're an embarrassment.
You are also making claims.
No. You are an embarrassment to yourself and whatever you do. You should never do this again. You should delete yourself off the internet.
All right, let's move on. All right, let's not get too juicy. Kango 44, Doctor, you were already told last time that rendering simulations have shown these images could not have been filmed on a stage.
Right, but I just proved that they could have been filmed
No,
on
you
stage
didn't.
by shining the light through a lens.
That doesn't prove anything other than you've made up some cockamamie ad hoc discussion explanation for something that you don't like. There's so many other pictures where the shadows would have been the opposite of what you said. So for some reason, they spent some time shining the stage light through a magnification lens, and sometimes they didn't. You, sir, are a fucking idiot.
We do have to move on from there. I keep saying let's not get too spicy, but my goodness, it just seems
I'm sorry.
Seems like we're adding. Anyways, that's fine. We won't get into dad jokes. Bitter Truth says FTE presentation was academic and impressive.
Thank you. I actually prepare for debates because I'm not a lazy little piece of dirt like this guy.
Okay. Let's just carry on. There's not too much there, I think, to dig into. It's just a compliment. Bitter Truth, Dr. Rossa, how is gravity and quantum coexisting in the same theory?
So, some people are talking about a quantum string
Like
theory,
this guy knows anything about that.
which includes the supergravity and all these things like that. I don't have any conclusions on that. I'm just waiting to see what comes out of that.
Not that you'd understand any of it, of course, because, you barely understand the topic that you want to debate. So, I mean, it would be pointless, really. It would be a waste of everyone's time if you did that. Just, I'd stick to crayons if I were you.
All right. Did you want any last words there, Dr. Rossa, before we move on?
Thanks. No.
Okay. Next question coming in. Max Emiliano Avila says, bring back Travis Campbell. Well, yes, Travis is actually still here, and he did have a wave earlier, and I don't think you saw it. So, Travis, if you wanted to wave to the audience here, I'll put you on screen. Travis is here shadowing, shadow modding tonight, and just getting a feel for our systems here at Modern Day Debate. So, once again, we appreciate you offering to come out and sit with us and learn some of the stuff that we do here, and hopefully we'll see you on the show here soon. And yeah, we really appreciate the help. So let's go back to our super chats, and we appreciate that too, Maximiliano. Everybody say hi to Travis in the chat, of course.
Hi, Travis.
I can't forget the most important thing as a host. Say everybody say hello. Darren says, run talking about feet.exe /MDD. Cheers, everyone. Oh, okay.
It's a programming joke. It's funny.
Aaron Reese coming in. If Rosavari is a false identity to shield him from the Chinese government, why was he associated with a holistic school under that name?
Oofed.
Okay, the name Rasa Vihari is not to shield me from the Chinese government. The Chinese government knows my legal name. The name Rasa Vihari is to shield me from the rest of the world outside of China, because I've had threats before in the past.
Cool
So that's why I
story,
don't tell
bro.
my legal name.
Where did you get your
Might be a good
doctor?
idea
Did
to
you
move
get buy it or out of like a cereal? Was your doctor certificate at the bottom of the cereal box? Is that where you got it from?
All right, let's move on. Let's see. Bitter Truth says, Ryan, since I'm watching Modern Day Debate, I saw first time FTFE. He's very impressive and logical person. Please bring him again. So it's another fan super chat. So thank you so much, Bitter Truth, and we will move on from there. Always nice to see some praise for the speakers in the live chat. Better Truth for another $10. So thank you, FTFE, for your support tonight. If anybody else has super chats, get them in, because we are winding down here on our super chats. So if you got any questions, get them in now, and we'll get them asked to our speakers. FTFE is right. Everyone's disappointed doctor was unable to provide any single evidence against the moon landing. So I'll give you a chance to respond to Bitter Truth there, Dr. Rossa.
Yeah, you know, what some people consider evidence, other people consider not evidence. So it's just a personal opinion that you have, whether it's evidence or not. And it matters little to me whether or not you agree with me.
But you factually didn't bring any evidence. This isn't a thing about opinions. You factually brought no evidence against the moon landing. Opinions are irrelevant. That is just reality. I'm not sure which reality you live in, but in this reality, you failed to meet your burden.
Well, I'm glad I don't live in your reality.
Well, I live in the proper reality, you know, the one that most people live in. You seem to live in some crazy world where you think going, picture look weird, disproves everything about the moon landings when you don't even understand that picture.
All right, well, let's move into the last couple super chats. It looks like our live audience is having a lot of fun there. So, yeah, thanks everybody for engaging. And once again, hit that like button if you haven't already. JSS Tiger says, for the moon landing denier, when you showed shadows, you need to consider perspective. The longer shadow was closest to the camera. The short one was further away.
Yeah, if the perspective comes into play when the camera is more at 180 degrees to the subject. So in this situation, perspective has very little to do with it.
Oh, it seems you understand perspective as well as flat earthers. That's cool.
Oh, you cut out for a second there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just said that it appears that he understands perspective just as well as flat earthers. So good job.
Okay, did you have any closing thoughts for that question there, Dr. Rossa, or do you want to move on?
Move on, please.
All right, let's carry on. Thank you, JSS Tiger, for your question. Captain Pickles says, why not verify panelists? Pathetic. Ooh,
Yeah,
you should verify your spelling. Let's carry on. Frank's 92. Thank you, FTFE, for fighting the stupid. Well, that's a little
It's
bit
what I do. No,
spicy,
that
but,
is
go ahead.
literally what I do. That is my job on YouTube. I fight the stupid, and to not mince my words, this dude's stupid.
Do you have any thoughts or anything you want to say?
I don't think he has any
there,
thoughts
Dr.
on
Rossa?
Ryan. Sorry, it's not really his forte.
I appreciate what he's doing. I also used to run an anti-flat Earth debunking group on Facebook, so I appreciate
Yeah,
what
cool
he's
story,
doing
bro. Of
about
course you
debunking
did.
flat
Cool
Earth.
story. Like you have the physical ability to debunk anything. In fact, you know what? Don't try and debunk the flat Earth because you'd probably just make more flat earthers.
All right. Mick Tattersall, sorry about that. The doctor's evidence is as impressive as FTFE's beard.
Hey, right. Enough, right? No, I get it.
Is he coming at
Seriously,
everybody?
I
Like,
don't grow
except me,
facial
of
hair.
course.
I
I
don't grow
feel like
facial hair.
I've
Right? This
agreed
is a
today.
challenge. You've all got Heat Shield in my Discord to blame for this because he told me I'm not allowed to shave for 3 weeks, right? I don't grow facial hair. If you look, you can literally count the 7 or 8 hairs on my side. It's not okay. If I let my dog lick my face, it would probably come off. I understand, guys, okay?
Well, yeah. Well, my deep condolences for your thoughts on your own face. That's unfortunate.
Oh, no,
You
the
feel
face
that
is
way.
amazing, just the beard.
No, it's fine. I'm just picking. So yeah, that was our last super chat for now. So if any other ones pop in, I think that's okay because we've only been going for an hour and 8. But what we'll do is we will move into the 1-minute closing statements to wrap up our discussion. So I usually go EU style. So FTFE, the floor is yours for your 1-minute closing statement.
Thank you very much, Ryan, for having me on Modern Day Debates. I'm not going to thank the doctor, because he did not provide me a debate. Frankly, I was extremely frustrated and annoyed that he was too lazy to prepare for this. This is a statement that I usually reserve for flat earthers, but it would appear that he's not stupid because he's a moon landing denier. He's a moon landing denier because he's stupid. Thank you for your time.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, FTFE. Keeping things friendly as always. You promised me you'd behave.
This
All
was me
right.
behaving. This is your
That was your
opponents
best?
you're going to
That
bring
was your
me.
best? No, okay. All right.
If you're going to
I
bring
won't
me
get too hard
opponents
on you
like
then.
this, then, come on.
All right. I won't be too rough on you. I'm just pecking. All right. So, Dr. Rossa, you got 1 minute on the floor. Your closing statements on tonight's discussion. And yeah, 1 minute on the floor.
Thank you. So let me just round up by saying that my intention of doing this is to try to help bring peace onto this planet.
By lying.
And this is my personal belief, is that establishing a lasting peace cannot be built on lies. So we have to fess up to some of the lies of the past. So the U.S. already confessed that there was no weapons of mass destruction when they went into Iraq. They also confessed about this. God, I'm forgetting the name in the Vietnam
You should
War.
probably just stop talking, to be fair.
So anyway, I hope that we can all just move on from the past and just let go of and confess to the mistakes we've made, and then we'll all forgive each other and can live together on this planet in peace. That's the reason why I'm doing this.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Dr. Rossa, and to FTFE. So if you haven't already hit the like button, we're going to close it out with some of the favorite music of modern day debate, the music that I sing. Everybody hates it. I love it. All right. So, yeah, I think, if you're hanging out in other spaces, make sure that you hit that like. If this gets clipped, whatever. It's all cool. We don't mind a little bit of this and that, as long as you make some commentary. But once again, we will be back for more juicy debates. Check the upcoming live feed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on those. Once again, if you're listening on podcast, subscribe to the Modern Day Debate channel, and we will see you next time. Thank you, everybody.
Right. Thank you very much, guys. Not you,
All right,
Doctor.
we
You're
all right?
useless.
All right.
Right, just gonna get a little invite for Toon to come and have a quick chat with me. Help if I press the right button as well. There we go. Wow, that was disappointing, right? So, I've had recently 2 moon landing debates on Modern Day Debates, and both of them have been... They didn't turn up with any evidence against the moon landing. I mean, it's ridiculous. How can you deny the moon landing when you've got no evidence for it? Guys, look at all my notes, right? Look at what I... Oh shit, did I just delete my notes? No, I didn't. Right, let me show you. Right, I'll put them up. Oh, come on, move. Right, let me show you. All the bloody notes that I made. Actually, preparation. Right, look at all this. Hey? 2 bloody pages of it. I prepared for the debate. Why didn't he? Fuck's sake. No, don't save. It's pointless. Alright, Toon, just waiting for you to join, my friend. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed today. Tomorrow... Oh, two debates tomorrow. 6 p.m, a bit of an early one UK time. Debating Dustin Nemos. And I'm gonna fucking ruin him. I'm not being nice to that cunt. And then at 10 o'clock I got Fact back for his final chance. If he doesn't come back, then Facts is fucked. Then what we got? Thursday I am debating Nero Frogger about relativity for some reason. Friday. What have I got on Friday? Friday I've got a debate on Clubhouse against Jamal. Saturday we're having Beaver Zero on to convince me that sovereign citizens are dumber than flat earthers. And then Sunday I am debating the phone booth crew on X or on their platform on Rumble, whatever it is. Toon, you coming? Right, whilst we're waiting for Toon as well, I would like to point out that one of my favourite subscribers, you're all my favourite subscribers, but you know, Craven Mordick, has put out an amazing video that I would suggest you all watch. If you check the pinned comment, you will find a link to a video. Please, if you are a subscriber of mine, I would thoroughly appreciate you going and checking out the video by Craven Mordick, giving it a like, giving it a subscribe, and tell him the good old FTFE sent you. Toon! Where is he?
Yo.
Hello!
What's up?
I was disappointed. I wanted a debate.
No, that's silly.
I prepared.
He doesn't debate. I don't know. He's just too. What do you?
He can't be a real.
There you go. You got confused about what screen to put up for a second. Yeah, he's a pretty rotten debater, I gotta say.
That was right. So I just showed everyone all my notes that for me, right? But here's my notes when he was giving evidence. That one says an article with no evidence, and this one says an image with parallel lights on uneven ground.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the entire debunk of his presentation.
Yep. Easy mode.
That was easy mode. Oh my god. Seriously, the last two... have you debated Neat Pride?
No.
Oh, I debated him on the moon landing, and he was just as bad. His entire thing was, well, I just don't think it's true.
Wow, so compelling. I am debating Marcus Allen next month on Modern Day Debate.
Which one's Marcus Allen?
He's one of the Apollo detectives.
Oh, that guy. Oh, no, he's not going to... He's going to bring up the Challenger disaster, isn't he?
Well, not in a moon landing debate, he wouldn't.
Oh, well, you know, they're not nice people in general, so they probably will. Because that's what these detectives do. Look, this person's got someone that looks like them, so they're clearly not dead. Shut up.
Yeah, and definitely the witness protection program keeps the same first and last name.
Yeah, of course, because that's exactly how you want to keep an anonymity.
How stupid could you be? And plus, unique, lives before.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And, yeah.
Did you see my debate against Flatsoid yesterday, by any chance? I made him rage quit, which was fun.
I I ran my shipment of tab from NASA to protect my IQ was behind. It didn't arrive till today.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'd
be careful going
for
into that.
safety.
You will. In fact, face palm protection isn't enough. You may have to tie your hands to your chair, because he tried telling me that there's no such thing as a nuclear engineer in the military.
Really?
Yeah. So I asked who
He
looks
told-
after the fucking nuclear reactors.
He told you.
Yeah, the nuclear engineer from the military, that there's no nuclear engineers in the military. And that's because,
amazing.
he looked up the title, nuclear engineer. But that, of course, wasn't my title. That was just kind of what I did. My title was Marine Engineering Artificer, NEM, MEM, Nuclear Electrical Mechanical. Right? So then I told him that, and he Googled the word artificer and told me that I didn't know what an artificer was. Even though I was an artificer.
What is an artificer?
Well, in the Royal Navy, an artificer is the higher end engineers. They're the specialists, the ones that would run a section, the ones that would be on the fast track to officer.
Okay.
You go through extra training. You've got to know more about each of the systems and the general mechanics and stuff. And so I was an artificer. That was what I joined as, what I trained as. I was on the track to becoming an officer. I was specialised in all the compartments on board the sub and the surface ship. That's what an artificer is. But he Googled the word artificer and found some kind of layman's version of the word from a century ago, and tried telling me that there's no such thing as an artificer in the military when I was an artificer in the military.
He's just a horrible person. All
He's
around.
not- he's not good.
He hates the truth. He can't stand the idea of the truth happening.
He's so triggered by Veritas's video. It's incredible, right? And he did a stream where he
was
covered
he
it
not
all.
in it enough?
No, he did a stream where he covered it all, and Veritas has been sending me clips of it. It's fucking hilarious.
He covered all of it.
Yeah, he did an entire stream covering it. He barely talked apart from to misunderstand it, but there was one bit where Veritas was showing a clip from me and him debating, right? And he's talking about the word level, right? Now, he said to Veritas, "Oh, you're so dishonest. You didn't show my screen share." Now, of course, that was a clip from my debate where he didn't screen share. So Veritas thought, oh, just to be double check, I'll go and check his stream to see if he was sharing there. And on his stream, he also wasn't sharing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. See, I need.
Yeah, you have to have it.
Jeez.
Oh man, I kept saying to Flatside, I'm so glad that you're not in the military, because South Africa would be in danger.
I don't know.
He also
I can't
told me
imagine
that
South Africa's military. I don't know. Is it good?
He told me that manuals, you don't really pay attention to them. They're just for training.
They're just for training.
Yeah. So when you're actually doing the job, that stuff you've trained on, you don't worry about it.
Just chuck it all out, huh?
Yeah, so all the artillery manuals that have corrections for rotation of the Earth, you don't actually use that. That's just
no.
Why would you?
So does he bring up the 44 documents from NASA admits?
No, he tried to bring up a 700-page artillery document where one of the pages has a table for base conditions.
Oh yeah.
So no rotating.
I know
Earth,
that's
no
one of the
winds.
that's one of the 44.
Oh,
and then you just go to table H and table I.
I was, of course, citing references from your website, the Coriolis artillery page, right? And he was like, give me that citation, give me that link, give me that citation. I was like, mctune.net/Coriolis. And he's like, I'm not going to that asshole's website. And I'm like, but that's the site. You wanted the citation. That's where the citation is. Well, you can't use that. But that's the.
Why not?
Give me the proper one.
It's just a link. It's a link to the document. All right. Well, I've got this mug here.
Oh, so
my tune shines in it tonight.
You're covering the Austin debate in a bit, then.
I am. That's why the shipment needed to arrive today.
You've not seen it yet, right?
I have not. I didn't. I prefer not to spoil the surprise.
I was the same. It's the same, and I let me tell you, I was not disappointed. This was probably the biggest display of stupidity that Witsit has ever put on.
Really? He's been out stupiding
dude.
himself lately.
Dude,
All right.
right. He doesn't understand the difference between clockwise
Oh wait,
and counterclockwise.
wait. Hold on. Jaron has asked me in videos. He's said that we shouldn't call Witsit stupid.
Right.
We should, I think, instead assume
as fuck.
that he has a full and deep understanding of the topic,
Right.
and then describe what would need to be the conditions necessary for him to say the things that he said with that knowledge.
Right, so when he said looking up at the stars rotating clockwise, all you need to do is turn around and they turn the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Would give him
he was not being
topic.
stupid. He
Right.
completely understood the topic
Right.
and then said the wrong things. But why would he say the wrong things if he's not stupid and he has an understanding of the topic?
You're going to have a hard time not pausing and screaming at the screen, honestly.
Yeah.
It took me 4 hours to get through it. And you know, it was hard going. So yeah, good luck to you. Guys, if you have not seen my review of the Witsit debate, you've not seen the Witsit debate, or even if you just want to see it again because it's so stupid, I highly encourage you to, after this stream, go over to MC Toon's channel and watch his review there. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry, Toon. This is going to be painful for you, dude.
Well, hey, you know, we are trained in person by Neil deGrasse Tyson on the secret NASA moon base how to handle these situations. So we are professionals. Right?
You know,
I
we're
just got to
live.
remind myself of that. So,
Dude, there's people, you can't say this.
oh,
We'll
hold
get
on
in
a
trouble.
second. I forgot. Just hold on. You got right. Just a second. Hold on, everybody. Just Craig. Yep, you got it. Okay.
Just say when.
All right. When?
Okay, cool.
All right, everybody. Hey,
Hi.
welcome to
Yeah.
FTFE's channel.
Oh shit! Did you just
I'm,
delete the entire debate I just did with them? Good. I mean, there wasn't really a debate.
Yeah, well, they can watch it again.
Oh, I've got a new member, Raven Starkiller. Welcome to Scrappers. Welcome to the party. Please have facepan protection whilst watching my streams. I can't afford any more lawsuits. How are you coping with the face protection lawsuits, Toon? Is there like a fund that you're?
Well, different laws in the United States. Where,
Right.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's Neil. I just hand it all to Neil.
Yeah. Apparently in the
yeah.
UK, they frown upon causing someone to put their entire hand through the back of their head. I mean, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But, you know, nearly every day I've got the police have to come in and go, you know, it's 17 today, Craig. There's just hospitals. There's hospitals full of them. You know, it's just their hands are stuck in their face. You know, but I'm not taking responsibility for them anymore.
I mean, you can only put out so many disclaimers.
Melodic Lyrics for $2 says I should have asked the doctor what types of radiation there are. Apparently, yeah, he did say to me the astronauts on the moon would have just died instantly from the solar radiation.
When I talked to him, he could not identify the radiation magnitude, like how much radiation is on the moon.
You don't know.
And his answer was, it depends on the instrument you're using to measure it. Like, that's not how measurement works.
Wait, hold on.
How tall are you, Craig? Well, it depends on the tape measure that you use. Really? No, it's the same height.
So you're saying I can change my weight if I just use different scales?
That's right.
Because I've still got like another stone and a half I want to lose. So if I just buy some different scales, I don't need to stop eating anymore.
That's it. You'll be...
I really want to eat again. I like eating. I've not been doing that much.
There is an alternative. I got to tell you.
An alternative to
you
eating?
you might look into this. It's called the gummy bear diet. Now, this is guaranteed to lose weight. So what you do is you go to Amazon, and there's some gummy bears there. The sugar-free gummy bears.
Yeah, I know the ones.
And you eat nothing but those gummy bears.
Projectile out of both ends.
You will definitely lose weight.
Yeah.
Just give it a week, and you'll lose that stone and a half, and you're fine.
Yeah, but I'll also probably have brittle bone disease and no nutrients left in my body.
Hey, just get it over quick as you can, and then then go on this. The alternative is the Santos diet, and you don't want that one.
Or we could go with the Dave Murphy diet. What about that one?
The what? What's the same one?
Yeah. I mean, they all like it, don't they? They're all big fans of the diet.
So you don't need the toilet anymore. Why? Because your body has reabsorbed all of what was contained in your bladder that you would consider waste. Well, it's not waste, or your body would. There's no way it would reabsorb it.
Oh my gosh!
Why do you have kidneys in the first place, Nathan? Why do you not just absorb? Why do you pee it out at all? Why not just absorb it once?
It's so dumb. I can't. I can't. You know, in Antarctica,
And I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
All right, Nathan, chill.
In Antarctica, you're supposed to bring a piss jar, so if in case at nighttime you need to, go piss, and everybody's gonna get up in the morning, come out of their tent holding their piss jar, and it's gonna be full, and they'll bring it to the bathroom, and and if Dave Murphy were there, he'd come out, it'd be empty. He'd be like,
"Oh, that was a good.
Good morning, guy. Good morning, everybody. How you doing?"
No. What he'd do was he'd come out and he'd look at yours and go, "You gonna finish that?
You're gonna finish that?" Like, yeah, I had asparagus yesterday, so it was my favorite.
Oh, I like asparagus.
Nope, I'm kidding. I hate it. It's the worst.
Really, asparagus is great. Grill it.
Here.
If you cook asparagus, you just fry it with a little bit of butter and salt. Honestly, it's amazing.
My grandparents they had a garden, and they had asparagus in the garden. I don't know if they had anything else in the garden. Asparagus is the only thing I know that they had in the garden, because we'd go over there and my parents would be like, "Eat your asparagus." I'd be like, "I don't want to eat the asparagus." Like, you have to eat the asparagus. So I'm sitting at the table's clear, everybody's gone, they're in other rooms, I'm sitting at the table, a plate of some asparagus in front of me. I'm like, what do I do? So, like, I'd cut it into I'm getting a little gaggy right now. I cut it into a small piece, and then I just, swallow it like a pill. I just have some water, swallow it like a pill.
Just do it.
That's all I can. I can't talk about it anymore.
Well, one thing I like about asparagus is it's the only vegetable that grows like it's trying to trick people into that's not how it really grows. Like it's pretending. Ha! Look at us. But that doesn't look like how it would really grow. That looks like someone's just placed them in the fucking ground.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I love asparagus. It's great.
Nope.
Did you know that there's actually no such thing as vegetables?
Okay.
No, genuinely, there is no such thing as a vegetable. There's no botanical definition of a vegetable. There is no hard description of what a vegetable actually is. There is for fruit, but there's no such thing as a vegetable.
Yeah. Kind of a generic.
Yeah.
Non-specific. But do you know, of course, that strawberries are not berries and bananas are?
Yeah. There's a lot of things that people think they are things, but they aren't. Did you know that the fig isn't even a fruit? It's actually the inside of a flower.
Okay.
Yeah,
and Newton will be sad.
And the only way that you can have figs is by wasps sacrificing themselves inside to fertilize them. So every fig that you eat has the digested remains of wasps.
I'm okay with that. Have you seen the wasp videos of people like moving wasp nests, and they wear the special suit that's like a thick suit, and then the wasps are like this big?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, fuck that. Fuck the wasps. Wasps are just cunts. Bees, they don't mind. They leave you alone. They just want the flowers. But wasps are just like, see you, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
For no reason. Bees have to have a reason, but wasps, nope.
Dihydrogen monoxide also became a new member. Thank you. Welcome to Scrappers. Did you know that it's actually the most poisonous thing ever? Everyone in the world that has ever drank dihydrogen monoxide has died.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Do you know they put it in kids' food and stuff, man?
They give it to kids unsupervised.
Just whenever, everywhere.
I don't know.
It's crazy. They even put it in bottles that you can buy. It's madness. Steve Revel for $2.99 says, good morning. I made it to the start today. Well, thank you very much for joining, Steve. I very much appreciate it. NANA, $6.66. Hail Sagan. Originally, the moon landing footage was supposed to be faked, but they found it too expensive, so they shot it on site instead. Yeah, it's, what's his name? He was just a perfectionist, wasn't he? Stanley Kubrick.
Course.
Yeah, he had to record it on location, otherwise, wouldn't have seemed real. Melodic lyrics for $5. Need a reminder, we are supposed to use super chats instead of regular messages, right? Yeah, unfortunately the chat's broke. I can't see anything that you say unless you send a super chat. I don't know, it's the same for you, right, Toon?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, so if you want to communicate, I'm sorry, it has to be super chats. And actually, it doesn't show up unless they're like $10 or more. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it
makes them more visible.
Yeah. Darren, $1.99 just gave me a foot emoji. Okay. JSS Tiger for $10. Thank you. Says $10 toward playing the video of Buzz Aldrin punching the one guy whenever the dude says something wrong. Ooh. Oh, I should have.
Buzz is a hero.
Yeah. I would so love to debate Bart Seibel.
Yeah.
Has he ever actually done debates? I've only ever seen him like do interviews.
I don't think he has. Joe Rogan said that he would host a debate with Bart. And then Joe said, hey, if anybody wants to, let me know. So I did, but Joe didn't respond.
How rude.
The problem with
you're MC Toon.
Yeah. The problem with Joe Rogan is of course, how do you communicate to him? He by necessity, he can't just get emails from people.
Well, he's in the studio just down the corridor. I could have a word with him if you like.
You did you do that again? You're not supposed to.
Not in the studio. Yeah. I don't live in a studio. Fuck's sake. Just cover your eyes this time, Toon. Sorry.
Okay. Hold on. I got.
You ready?
Just no. Hold on. Here we go. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So Bart Seibel, he's a bit of a douchebag, right? Yeah.
He definitely.
Yeah. OG80 for $2 says, I'm so sorry this is insulting FTFE. Yeah, you bloody well should be. How dare you let that doctor come on and debate me with no evidence?
Why did you call him doctor?
Because I wanted to patronize him. I know he's not a real doctor.
He claims to have a naturopathic doctor degree.
Whatever that is.
An ND. And the schools that give out NDs have no accountability. So anybody can call somebody a doctor. It doesn't make them actually
no
have earned the privilege of being a doctor. It's it's like stolen valor, but for
in the medical
academics.
World, yeah.
It's stolen credentials, really.
The second doctor that I debated on Modern Day Debates. Obviously, I debated Dr. Robertson Jennis.
He actually, to my knowledge, has an actual.
That's again, it's some random offshore island place that he's bought a PhD.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I take that back.
Actually, me and James from Modern Day Debates looked into it, and he found my evidence so conclusive, he removed the title of doctor from our debate.
Nice.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not having him lie about his credentials on the channel.
James actually, he just wrapped up his.
Yeah, he is an actual doctor. Congratulations, James, on your PhD.
Yeah.
That's not an easy thing to do to get a PhD. One of
the reasons
I know. One of the reasons I never got my master's is because even to do a master's, I'd have to write a thesis and get it checked and everything, and I can't be fucking asked with that. Oh, Steve Revel $7.99 says, what a waste of everyone's time. I could have stayed in bed. Too late to do a reset and start over. I don't know how you put up with his lies. Well, Toon and I are just both used to speaking to people that lie, really, aren't we?
We are, yeah. Liz K says, do you think Modern Day Debate should vet their debaters for this kind of thing? I don't think so. I think they should just be sure that the person they're up against is good enough and is going to do a good job of exposing them. Yeah. Right? I think that's the way to. How do you deal with somebody that's claiming something that's not legit? You expose them. Too
right, and I definitely did that today. Right, so we've got Stringer News 1 for $2 says, on behalf of the human race, I am embarrassed. Yeah, it does upset me I'm the same species as these people sometimes. Gary Little gives 125 super chats. Thank you very much. And Dihydrogen Monoxide with their first ever super chat on the channel. I popped his cherry. I love it. Says he got his doctorate from Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Oh man, I like Mr. Pepper. It's the man's drink. Bill Tetley, member for 11 months. Nearly won orbit around the sun. Sweet mother of Jeebus. Fight. I think this dude is high as Pluto. What a dense muppet. Yeah. Did he even put up a fight when you debated him?
No, it was like I knew everything he was gonna do.
Yeah.
And so as he started saying it, like I was putting on my screen what I was gonna show. Actually, I had his 12 things. He has his 12 smoking guns.
Yeah.
I had notes on every one of them, and I had like, here's what I'm gonna do for this and this and this. I mean, it was not hard. It was just a little bit of.
You gave me that, and I added my little bits to it and stuff, and I was prepared, but he didn't bring any of them up. He brought up a picture that was clearly on a hill, and then he brought up a picture.
That was one of his. Oh
no, this is a new one. This is a new one. It's a new picture. And then he brought up some images of a lander landing on Mars, which isn't the moon. And I don't know why he thinks they would be the same.
Did he not know that?
Apparently not. He didn't know that Mars wasn't the moon, because even after I was like, well, that's not the moon, that's Mars. He's then, well, I've got another lander on Mars. I had to keep reminding him this is a moon landing debate. It was strange. And then he tried to show me a Soyuz capsule going to the ISS. Again, that's not, they were made after the moon landing, dude.
Poor guy.
Eddie Reese says, take a hit, Craig. You've earned it. Thank you, dude. Member for 33 months. West Side Girl Reacts has been a member for 8 months. Says, this guy was so freaking boring. Yeah, the moon landing deniers, man. They've got nothing. I want an actual debate, Well,
it's fun to kind of play with flat earthers, like a cat plays with a mouse that's barely alive. Like that. That's fun. We can dangle it this way, and we can pull it off this way, and
Yeah.
But
like what I did yesterday with Flatsoid, I just let him say stupid things, really, that as much as possible. Like, planes would fly into space if they didn't dip their nose down and things like that.
All right.
Oh,
Are you caught up with your super chats there?
No, I've got a couple more. Flatsoid is still convinced that a 45 degree is a hypotenuse. Like,
so FTFE. Well, everybody here on the panel, quickly. Even you, Luca.
He's gone.
This 45 degree that you at the sun, is he gone? Okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
Would that be a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle?
Absolutely.
The 45, yeah.
45, yeah.
What?
Yeah. So that 45 degrees apparently is the hypotenuse.
Yeah, an angle is a hypotenuse now.
Yeah, apparently so. So, I mean...
All right, just a second, Craig. Jaron, you got to agree, Jaron. That's stupid. That's really, really stupid. I mean, that you can't. Nobody can get upset for you or me or anybody saying, "No, that guy. He's just really
smart.
stupid."
He's not a smart person.
We're not just walking around flippantly putting out the word "stupid" because we don't like what he said. That was really stupid.
And it's the way that his whole panel were like, yeah, you're right, yeah.
All of them. Imagine being a yes man to one of the stupidest humans alive. It's even stupider.
Tim Tully, $5 says, you knocked him down and took his lunch money. Good job. 3 Ron has been a member for 15 months, says, FTFE going all Pulp Fiction. Say you have evidence one more time. I dare you. I double dog dare you. He kept going, oh, well, I'm going to give this piece of evidence. Then he presents something that wasn't evidence. Fortnite, $5. Terrence Howard created a simulation of Saturn without gravity. Well, Terrence Howard is legitimately insane. And I want them to use CGI to replace him in Iron Man 1. Fortnite $5 says, it's okay, NASA trained you. Shh, no they don't, that's a secret. Bill Tetley says for $5, I'm sorry for not listening to you. I said Austin is an honest man, and now the doctors are trying to figure out why I can hear green and taste 4. Yeah, saying things like Austin is smart, you have to be trained for that. Toon and I have taken extensive training. So we can say things like, Austin Whitset is clever. We know it's not true, you know? $315.
Do you know what happened? Hold on. You know what happened?
What?
Saturday after the debate.
Yeah.
I don't know what prompted this, but Whitset went on the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord server.
Yeah.
The hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah.
Well, he went on there and was talking with Quantum Eraser, and Quantum Eraser was drunk as hell.
Oh, really?
And it was an absolute mess.
But someone recorded it, right?
They put it on Rumble and YouTube. I got a copy.
Oh god, well I need to watch that.
Just search for 24/7 Flat Earth, you'll find it. So it was let's see, 6/15/24. So if you want to find it, I got a copy.
Oh my god, that sounds fun.
Right.
$315 BS. I eat vegetables. Oh, sorry, go on.
Let me just. I'm gonna pop out, prepare my thing. So everybody else, if you're got nothing else going on, or even if you do, come on over and watch while I review.
Could all my mods please spam the link to MC Toon's stream coming up in 10 minutes time? Toon, always a pleasure to have you on. It's always nice to have someone grown in the same lab as me come on a stream. So
yeah, all right.
Speak to you soon.
See
Bye. Free one, $5 BS. I eat vegetables all the time, then I put them back in the wheelchair when I'm done. Aaron Reese, $5 says, fig in a flower just sounds like a dirty Victorian sex act. Oofed. Oh, where is my screen? I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Dave D, who's been a scrapper for 6 months, didn't leave a message, but used his super chat, so thank you very much. And then Captain Pickles for $9.99 says, in my opinion, I'm just having fun. Well, isn't that evidence of the Illuminati? The fucking idiot. I want to debate someone on Freemasonry. Alright, my barber's a Freemason. Alright, everyone's like, Freemasons run the world, right? I was in my barber's talking to him about it, and they think it's fucking hilarious. And one of his Freemason mates came in and sat down. And my barber's like, hey, do you hear this? They think that Freemasons run the world. And he's like, well, I wish I fucking did. I got 15 quid in my bank account. Freemasons don't do shit, man. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I've had a great time as always. Back tomorrow with 2 debates, 6 p.m. Dustin Nemos, 10 p.m. Facts, Thursday, Nero Frogger, Friday, what's Friday? I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, Friday is Jamal on Clubhouse. Saturday is Beavers coming on. Sunday is the Phone Booth crew. So busy week ahead. Thank you everyone for watching. You make my world. You honestly do. Just remember that airplanes in the night sky, they're kind of like shooting stars, right?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. No, I'm Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first, full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere in H3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need the hassle of burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognize the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault and knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realize you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit loop short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a bring right now, bring right now, bring right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a bring right now, bring right now, bring right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I rit up on your mom's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Oh yes, you dumb fucks. Thank you for watching, guys. Means the world having you all here. Special super chat, a member for 29 months, Mission Apparition Para, someone who comes from my neck of the woods over in Southmead, says, hello fellow Southmeader, it's my 51st birthday today. Well, happy birthday to you. More than half a century old, god damn. Wait, I'm 40, I'm getting there. Thank you for being such a good supporter. It means the world. It really does. Thank you. Don't look behind me. What's behind me? I'm scared. Oh, guys, I will see you all tomorrow.
FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show.
Glover Mum says, has been a member for 26 months, that she was an intern at NASA's secret moon-based nursery where my first clone was made. And I was such a cute zygote. I know, I'm gorgeous, aren't I?
Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth thinks that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Booty is not alright. Baby, it's not alright. Nathan Oakley has a small penis. Nathan Oakley has a small penis. It's basically an idiot. Baby, it's not alright. Fight the flat earth. FTFE show. Stupidity is not alright. Nathan Oakley has a small penis. Nathan Oakley has a small penis. It's basically stupidity is not alright. Fight the flat earth.
Fight the flock, 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 fight the flock,
Hi, my name's Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
I'm not prepared for that.
No!
Level